Hello again, everybody. Harry Box with the Technical Trader at thetechtrader.com. It's Tuesday night, the 27th of October. Sloppy day in the markets today. I consider it another consolidation day. 2 in a row to start the week. Not as bad as it could be. It was a little bit of sloppiness and after hours action in Apple and some others, but let's take a look at some of the stocks that did very well today. Zeop, for example. Well, I'm going to go to that after I start with Amgen. I wanted to start with, there's a lot of biotechs on the list today. My biotech group really rebounding well. Amgen's gone from 130 to 162 in the last month. Now, it's up against up through resistance, through the moving averages, and at this point we may very well get into that 166.7 range short term, and maybe as high as a 175 area, my two targets. If we do get a run up to the mid 160s and then a pullback, it could be a bullish setup. We'll see. Technicals look good as well. Amcor, special day today, 6.1 million, up 11% or 61 cents. It broke through a week ago the lateral declining tops line. Today broke through lateral resistance and secondary resistance and may very well take a run at the 7.15 range or even the gap at 750.60. Those are my targets going forward. We'll keep an eye on this one with only 2.5 days to cover. Not a big deal. EVXLD, well, this one was flying today. It ran all the way up to 9.85 within a nickel of my target and backed off to 9.10. It was still up 74 cents, but a little disappointed with the close. Line wasn't bad at 1.5 million. It may not be done yet. Let's not forget that when a stock approaches a prior high, in this case it was 10 even, we may very well see a punch through in the next day or two. I'm looking for a potential high teens to $20 stock, but my first target is about 12. DuPont, ever since that spike up in a little wedge, it's run very nicely from 55 to 62. The target was about 64. I'm still looking for that as a potential going forward, but we may run into some problems after that. Secondary target, 68. DERM, this stock after a multiple wave move up got hit hard with the biotechs, bounced around, reversed, but held its trend line and right back up through it. At this point, I'm looking for the stock to make a run at 32. We can get through that. We can see that stock run all the way up to 36.7. DGAZ continues to punch forward. Looked like it may have reversed today, and until it gets through 12.05, I won't be convinced. However, if it does, the momentum carries us forward. My next target is 15. With support at the gap fill at about 10.35. ELNK, that's Earthlink, punching through the consolidation zone a couple of days in a row, and the volume isn't huge, but it did pick up to 1.1 million today. I'm looking for a retest of the highs around 9.38. Eventually, 11.75 is my target. Corning Glassworks, or GLW now, called Corning Inc. It's had a big drop from the mid-20s down to the mid-teens, but this wedging-type pattern broke out with a thrust today, taking it up to resistance near the 18.5 area. We get through that, 19.75, 20.25 zone, and then 21.75 are my targets. ITCI with a real nice pop across key resistance, and then it pulled back. We put a swing on it. Volume was a hefty 9.7 million. That's the biggest volume on an up day. It's back in May when it broke out. So maybe we'll get the same kind of move here. Looking for a run to 31. ISIS, biotech's moving. This stock has had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave decline to key support. Then formed what looked like a bear flag, but it broke to the upside, broke through the 50-day moving average and through the declining tops line. I'm now looking for a test of 57 and then 59. That's the resistance zone. ITCI moving back steadily since the plunge, in which it got down to 35. It's now back to 50. We get through this zone, a retest of 58.9 is in order. JUNO acting great. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth wave began today, I believe. Support held last week there. And it's moved up through resistance, or at least through initial resistance. I'm looking for a retest of the July high, which came in at 54.92. We may get it up to 59.5. So let's say 55 and 59.5 targets going forward. NBIX, after this beautiful run up from 34 all the way up to 52, 51.5. It pulled back, but it's held. Support now is about 45.5. My target now is a retest of 55.56. Netgear, after the explosive move on Friday, it pulled back yesterday, but today snapping back from 39.25 to 42, closing at 41.38 up 145. It may continue to back and fill. I'd like to see more volume, and I'll be watching closely 42 3/4. If it gets through that, look for 46.7. NVCR, recent IPO on a 15-minute chart would be the best way to look at it. Rounding bottom, wedge, breakout, pullback. We had a beautiful trade out today, but I don't think we're done. I think this has the possibilities of being a $26.7 stock. That's my next target. We'll see if this wedge holds over the next day or so and whether it extends. And then is WTW, which popped on Oprah's 10% investment, followed through, reversed the third day, but has held since with support now at 14.5. I want to see that hold. I want to see 19.5 taken out. My target remains mid and high 20s. And lastly is Yandex, which had a nice breakout day today, breaking across key resistance. My target now about 15.80.90. We get through that, all the way up to 19's the potential. I like the way the overall look of the chart pattern. Having come down from a long 5-wave decline, it may have reversed itself with big volume on the upside today. Stay tuned on this one. Target 16 and 19, as I said. That's it for tonight, everybody. Have a good evening.